Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Weruché Podcast, where we take stories, everyday stories, and turn them into nuggets of wisdom. It's been a whirlwind, hasn't it? It's been at least 14 months since I last graced your ears with my amazing voice. So grab a cup of something and let's go on this journey together. You know, life has a very funny way of sidestepping our plans. One minute you're ready to conquer the world, and the next minute you find yourself tangled in the web of daily responsibilities, unexpected challenges, and let's be honest, just plain life. It's like that time I swore I'd do my sun dance every morning and instead ended up on TikTok for hours watching funny videos. But hey, sometimes that's just how it goes. Now I know what you're thinking. What does it mean to reignite the journey? For me, it's about rediscovering the spark of passion, creativity, and yes, even silliness that makes life so much fun. And I'm thrilled to be back in the podcasting saddle, ready to share my thoughts on what's been happening in the news, politics, arts, and culture. Let's start with the news. Oh boy, where do I even begin? Trump is back trying to run for office again after how many felonies did they say? I think it said 35 felonies. That's a lot of felonies. It seems like every day there's a new headline that leaves us laughing and shaking our heads in disbelief, from the debates and the size of the crowd, and whether a hot dog is a sandwich, to discussions on climate change that are very alarming, I must say. I mean, who would have thought that discussing the weather could become such a hot topic? And speaking of hot topics, let's talk about American politics. Now, I won't get too deep into the nitty gritty because it feels like flipping through a soap opera script sometimes. With all the plot twists, character changes, and all kinds of dramatic things, you'd think we're tuning into the latest session of House of Cards. But remember, the chaos is not where it ends. It's always good to stay engaged and informed, even if it feels like a never ending roller coaster ride. Now, turning the spotlight to world news. Oh, the Olympics. That was really something. It was also great today to find out that it's gonna be held in LA 4 years from now. I hope to at least, see that for the first time. We've had so many incredible events unfold. There have been global collaborations on climate initiatives, been heartwarming stories that remind us of the resilience and strength of communities everywhere. The world may be a bit chaotic, but it's also brilliant in its diversity and innovation. Just last week, I read about an international art project that brings together artists from different cultures to create a massive mural. And that's what I call unity in diversity. And speaking of arts, let's chat about arts and culture. I've missed exploring this vibrant world. You guys, whether it's the latest blockbuster movie or a mesmerizing piece of contemporary dance or that new indie album that makes your heart swell, art has a way of connecting us all. And I recently attended a local gallery opening, and I'll tell you this, the energy was was a reminder of why I do this, of why I immerse myself in those spaces. And I we'll talk more about it in the coming weeks. For First Act Baby, my first play is going to be rolling out an immersive experience in a couple of months, and I look forward to how that's going to unfold. Um, yeah, back to the arts conversation. It's just a reminder that even in tough times, art continues to innovate, it continues to thrive, and it continues to challenge us. It reminds me of during the pandemic when all of us were cooped up inside the house and we only had our art as escape. And I think that just that knowledge alone, you know, is enough for us to continue to embrace it, during the good and the bad times. I find myself sometimes, especially when I'm struggling with something, I escape from my art when indeed I should run to my art. And so I'm learning more these days to embrace the art, embrace the process of creativity. There is no such thing as bad art. There can never be, because in the moment when you're creating, you're coming from a place. It doesn't have to be too elaborate. It just has to speak to your soul in the moment. And as I wrap up today's episode, I want to encourage you to ignite your own journey, from those small joys, whether it's reading a book or picking up a new hobby or just simply enjoying a quiet moment with a friend or with yourself. Life sparks, that keep us moving. Try to embrace it, try to stay there. Um, I want a moment to reflect on the beautiful journey that we've embarked upon, one that centers around connecting with our true selves and embracing our soul family. No matter how overwhelming life is, may we find ourselves drifting from the core. May we never find ourselves drifting from the core of who we are. When we talk about connecting with ourselves, it's not just about understanding our thoughts or our feelings. It's about delving deep into our essence. The connection allows us to recognize what truly matters, what truly lights us up. It helps you uncover and rediscover your passions and your aspirations and the strength that resides within. By prioritizing these moments of introspection, you create a safe space and a sacred space for your true self to emerge. And so I encourage you to, explore different methods and different ways that resonate with you uniquely. Find ways to, go in deep and hear yourself again. It could be through journaling, it could be through meditation, it could be through singing. There's no such thing as bad singing. Yet again, it's that expression that takes us where it needs to take us. And, each of these practices can just help peel back the layers and reveal the remarkable person that we are at the core that we tend to forget, you know. And, in the end, it's all about balance. It's all about self-discovery and our connection with source. Just know that your passions will help ignite that power and it will help you find your way back to your center. So don't leave those passions behind. Thank you for joining me today. And as always, be blessed. Thank you.